Hey, what's up guys, Grasshopper here, and welcome back to another Overwatch video. This is going to be an updated overview on the hero Sombra. Her abilities haven't really been changed, but there's been enough patches to her that she kind of plays different, so I just thought I would make an updated overview to show the new gameplay and the new strategy, how to use her. So let's get right into it. Sombra is a damage hero. She has medium power, 200 health, she has high mobility, and then according to the Overwatch website, she is a 3-star hero, which means she's high difficulty to use. Let's move on to her weapons. Sombra has a machine pistol, which is a rapid-fire hit-scan weapon, more suited for close range, but it has enough ammo to do decent damage at medium range. There are 60 rounds per mag, and it reloads in 1.5 seconds. You can also reload during stealth. The gun fires 20 rounds per second, doing 2.4 to 8 damage per shot, with a 15 to 25 meter fall-off range, and it can hit headshots. So the average DPS is 120 within the effective range, not counting headshots. Overall, this gun feels very nice and can easily one-clip an enemy up close or clean up a weak enemy at medium range. Sombra's abilities are on your screen now. Her ultimate is EMP. This is used with Q or Y on Xbox. Sombra discharges electromagnetic energy in a radius around her, destroying enemy barriers and shields and hacking all enemies within the blast radius. EMP takes half a second to cast and has a 15 meter radius of effect. The hack effect lasts for 6 seconds, and the EMP will not hack through walls or objects. All enemy barriers and shields will be destroyed, including Zarya's bubbles or her shield health, Zenyatta's 150 shield health, Symmetra's ultimate barrier, Brigitte's personal barrier, Reinhardt's personal barrier, and any shields provided by Lucio's sound barrier. EMP will also hack health packs and Symmetra turrets caught in the blast. This ultimate is the perfect setup ultimate other than Graviton, Blizzard, or Earthshatter, as it disables all enemy abilities so your team can just roll over the other team or use a DPS ultimate like Dragon Blade to clean up. To use this correctly, you want to pop out of stealth or a translocator in the middle of the enemy setup and then ult them, but you gotta make sure to tell your team when you're using EMP so they're ready to push in with you. Another time to use this is when the enemies are using ultimates like Dragon Blade, Photon Barrier, or Sound Barrier, as EMP will immediately end their fight or slow down the enemy attack. Sombra's first ability is Hack, and this is used with right mouse button or left trigger on Xbox. Sombra can hack an enemy to stop them from using abilities for a short time, or hack a health pack for it to spawn faster, and only for your team. Hack has a 15 meter range, requires line of sight, takes 0.65 seconds to cast, and can be interrupted by damage, which puts it on a 2-second cooldown. The regular cooldown after hacking is 8 seconds. Enemy abilities will be disabled for 6 seconds in addition to their health, and if they have their ultimate, being shown for 20 seconds to your team. Hacking a Torb turret or Orisa supercharger will disable it for 10 seconds, and then a health pack will stay hacked for 60 seconds and respawn much faster for your team. Some enemy abilities can be interrupted with hack, like Roadhog's heal or ultimate, Pharah's hover and barrage, Genji or Hanzo's wall climb, and Reinhardt's charge or barrier, just to name a few. You should be hacking key targets every fight so you and your team can pounce and kill them. Wait with stealth on in the enemy backline and hack an enemy when your team pushes in. You can hack a Reinhardt so the enemy team loses their shield, or hack a Brigitte so you can safely attack her or the other support. Another example is hacking a Zenyatta before your Zarya uses grab so he can't use Transcendence to save his team. Sombra is basically an assassin, and hack allows her to do her job better. I would hack at least 1 mega health pack near your team so you and your allies can use it quickly. Sombra's next ability is Translocator, and this is used with E or right bumper on console. Sombra tosses out a beacon that she can instantly return to whenever she wants while it's active, including in the air. The beacon stays placed until destroyed by enemies. It has 5 health, or cancelled by Sombra with the interact button, which will put it on a 2-second cooldown. Once you return to the Translocator, it has a 4-second cooldown, and you can throw and use the Translocator while in stealth mode. You want to use this as an escape tool to leave a fight you're about to lose. I recommend putting it near a hacked health pack so you can heal when you use it. You want to place the Translocator and use stealth to move into the enemy team before hacking and or killing an enemy. When you get in trouble, just return to the Translocator beacon and go again. The only other use for this would be throwing it over the enemy team to teleport in and use EMP as your team pushes in at the same time so you don't die. Sombra's next ability is Stealth. This is used with shift or left bumper on console. Sombra becomes invisible to enemies and moves 50% faster until interrupted. Hacking, shooting, or taking damage interrupts stealth, and it cools down in 6 seconds once you come out of stealth. You cannot contest or capture objectives while in stealth, and enemies will detect you if you're within 2 meters of them, which is basically touching them, so just don't run right next to an enemy. This is what makes Sombra a perfect scout or assassin. You can run into the enemy backline and tell your team what heroes they have and where they're set up. Then you can hack a key target as your team attacks and help earn kills. While your team is setting up, you should already be in the enemy's backline, harassing the healers and charging your ultimate. You should never be doing nothing, and honestly there's no reason to group up with your team except for when you're using EMP, as they should be jumping on the enemies with you. Sombra is meta because of this ability, which lets her attack from virtually every angle at any time, so always try to poke the enemies from different positions. Even just annoying a Zenyatta so he has to keep checking his back will stop him from doing so much damage to your front line. Sombra's next ability is also her passive. This is Opportunist, so Sombra can see the health bars of enemies not at full health, which helps her determine who to attack during a fight. But the best part of this ability is seeing enemies through walls when they have less than 50% health. Did a Doomfist try to escape after taking a lot of damage within your team? Now you can see him through walls and track him down with stealth to stagger him from his team. Alright, so let's move on to Sombra's counters. Sombra is good against squishies or heroes that rely a lot on their abilities, but more specifically, she counters Genji, Tracer, Reaper, Pharah, Doomfist, Junkrat, Symmetra, Diva, Reinhardt, Wrecking Ball, Lucio, and then sometimes Brigitte, Zenyatta, and Torbjorn. Sombra is weak to crowd control and heroes that can stop her from doing what she wants, so she is countered by McCree, Soldier 76, another Sombra, Hanzo, Widowmaker, Mei, Zarya, Winston, and sometimes Roadhog, Brigitte, Moira, and Torbjorn. Let's move on to the how to use Sombra. Sombra is very effective on this recent patch, as she can go wherever she wants with stealth and can choose when to engage the enemies. Firstly, you have to talk to your team about what you're doing all the time so they can back you up, but don't group up with them because you're a lone wolf with multiple angles of attack. Now, beginning a round, I'd hack a mega health pack near the fight or objective and put a translocator nearby in a safe spot. You want to use stealth to get into the enemy backline and call out what you see to your team. Hack enemies that rely on their abilities a lot so they can't use them, and shoot them to charge your EMP. So specifically like Roadhog, Diva, you can hack them, charge your ult up real fast and then get back out. Or you can hack a healer and try to kill them. If you want to combo with dive teammates, then call out who you're hacking and who you're going to shoot. For example, you can hack a Brigitte so she can't stop you or your dive teammates from killing the enemy Mercy, and then focus her. When you're in danger or the fight is lost, return your translocator and go again. Keep this pattern up until your team wins the fight or you have EMP. With EMP, just stealth into the group of enemies and use it after telling your team to push in right at them. It's usually best if you can destroy a bunch of barriers too, so you get the most value. Then you want to clean up the weak ones like healers, and that's it. Or you can also use EMP on defense. If the enemies use a lot of ults and push in towards the objective, you can pop EMP and stop their push. Using Sombra in defense is basically the same, as you want to harass the enemy backline all the time, but you can also hack anyone that dives your team, like Wrecking Ball, Diva, or Genji, as they'll be stuck there for 6 seconds and easy to kill. Basically, Sombra is controlling engagements in this meta as the scout and shot caller, so you need to communicate with your team and continuously annoy the enemies with your flanking positions. Fights are faster, as teams should push into the enemies as soon as a hack is executed, even when defending. She has an easy plan of attack, but you need to stick with it and sometimes adapt your strategy to counteract the lower amount of damage she does. This is why team play is so important, but that's no surprise with Overwatch being a team-based game. You just need to listen to what the Sombra on your team wants to do, and be ready to punish an enemy Sombra coming into your team. In conclusion, get used to playing with and against a Sombra as it's going to happen, and start communicating more with your teammates if you want to win games. Try out Sombra so you can learn how she wants to play, and then you'll be able to counter her better. And that's it for my updated overview of Sombra. I hope you all enjoyed it and learned something. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for more content soon. As always, I'm Grasshopper, and enjoy your day.